I actually, I stubbornly refused to use my GPS on a road trip recently.
Oh, no. That is never a good idea.
Right. I mean, I was so ridiculously confident in my internal compass that I ended up driving miles out of the way. I had to make this massive, completely embarrassing U-turn right in the middle of nowhere.
Let me guess, you pretended you did it on purpose.
Exactly.
Oh.
I just told everyone in the car, it was all part of the scenic route. But it turns out the largest planet in our solar system pulled a very similar move a few billion years ago.
Yeah, and honestly, that little cosmic detour is essentially the mechanical reason we have the solar system we see today. What we're looking at in our sources is called the grand Tack hypothesis.
Welcome to the Intellectually Curious series. The mission of this deep dive into our astronomical sources is to explore how Jupiter's, its wandering migration, actually built our perfect, life-giving planetary neighborhood. So let's get into the early days, when the solar system was just a swirling disk of gas and dust.
Right. So we start with Jupiter forming about 3.5 astronomical units, or AU, from the Sun. But because of the gravitational drag from that primordial gas disk, it didn't just stay put.
It started drifting.
Exactly. It started migrating inward, basically plowing right through the early planet-building material until it reached about 1.5 AU.
Okay, let's unpack this for a second. Was Jupiter acting like, I don't know, a giant cosmic Roomba, just sweeping up and scattering everything in its path?
That is actually a perfect analogy. It's actively hoarding and displacing that material, yes. And what's amazing is that this mechanism actually solves what astronomers call the Mars problem.
The Mars problem.
Yeah, so for a long time, models couldn't explain why Mars is so small. It's only about 10% of Earth's mass.
Oh, wow, just 10%.
Yeah, it's tiny. But the Grand Tack provides the math for it. By sweeping through that 1.5 AU region, Jupiter essentially starved Mars of building blocks, leaving just enough for the smaller size we see today.
Wait, but if Jupiter is sweeping up all the material and starving Mars at 1.5 AU, shouldn't it have starved Earth of building blocks too? I mean, we're at 1 AU. Why didn't it just keep spiraling in and destroy the inner planets entirely?
Well, that's where the mechanics get really interesting because Saturn actually enters the picture.
Ah, okay. Before we get into Saturn's grand rescue mission, navigating a chaotic solar system obviously requires a lot of orbital math, but navigating modern tech is, thankfully, much easier. Quick shout out. This podcast is sponsored by Embersilk. If you need help with AI training or automation or integration or software development, or you're just uncovering where agents could make the most impact for your business or personal life, check out embersilk.com for AI needs. Okay, so Saturn comes to the rescue.
It did. So Saturn was also migrating inward, but it was moving faster because of its smaller mass. It eventually caught up to Jupiter, and their gravity locked them into this 2.3 orbital resonance.
I've actually seen that term in the research. What does a 2.3 resonance actually look like in motion?
It basically means every time Jupiter completed exactly 2 orbits around the Sun, Saturn completed exactly 3. Because of that highly synchronized timing, the 2 massive planets kept lining up at the exact same spots in their orbits.
Oh, I see. So this creates a repeated gravitational slingshot effect.
Precisely. They're repeatedly yanking on each other. This constant gravitational tug-of-war transferred their angular momentum back to the surrounding gas disk.
And that reverses their direction.
Yes. That transfer of energy completely reversed their inward momentum. It caused them to tack outward, pushing them away from the Sun, conceptually very similar to a sailboat using the wind's resistance to change direction.
So they reverse course. But what does Jupiter backing up mean for us sitting here on Earth?
Well, as Jupiter tacked back outward, it plowed through the asteroid belt a second time. But now it was scattering pristine, icy asteroids from the outer reaches of the solar system and flinging them inward.
Wait, really? Flinging them right at the inner planets?
Exactly. Those icy rocks collided with the forming terrestrial planets, delivering the exact water that would eventually fill Earth's magnificent, life-sustaining oceans.
That is just incredible. Jupiter's wild joyride and subsequent U-turn is the literal delivery mechanism for our water-rich home.
It is a beautifully choreographed, awe-inspiring dance. The sheer number of variables that had to align for us to be here having this conversation is staggering.
It really is. And zooming out, it leaves you wondering about the rest of the universe. I mean, if a life-sustaining planet requires a gas giant to act as a cosmic snowplow, lock into a precise gravitational resonance, and then reverse course to deliver water, what other wonderfully timed cosmic accidents are happening right now.
Oh, absolutely.
It just sets the stage for brilliant new worlds for humanity to discover tomorrow. The hunt for Earth 2.0 is just so exciting when you realize how dynamic planetary formation really is.
It makes you very optimistic about what's out there waiting to be found.
Definitely. Well, if you enjoyed this podcast, please subscribe to the show. Hey, leave us a 5-star review if you can. It really does help get the word out. Thanks for tuning in.